How genuine are the eating contests on Man vs. Food? When dishonest chefs risked Adam Richman's well-being, the producers concealed it during editing. And that wasn't the only instance they attempted to deceive viewers. Throughout the 4 seasons he hosted Man vs. Food, Adam Richman was portrayed as the relatable everyman. His charm lies in his down-to-earth nature, where passion for the dishes takes priority over expert culinary skills. However, Richman isn't just an average guy. Although he never trained as a chef, he earned a master's degree from Yale's drama school and had several acting roles on TV before landing Man vs. Food. As an actor, Richman traveled extensively. And during his college years, he kept a food diary documenting some of the best meals he encountered across the country. His acting experience might come as a surprise, but it certainly helped him come across as natural and comfortable on camera, or at least gave that impression. It seems that getting ready for a Man vs. Food challenge involves much more than simply spending time in the kitchen to familiarize oneself with the food. In an interview with 411 Mania, Richman revealed that extensive preparation takes place long before the challenge even starts. If I do have a day off, I don't eat, or eat very minimally. And I drink a lot of water and club soda to keep my stomach stretched and full and to keep myself hydrated. The most important aspect is that I work out like a beast. I work out like a beast the night before and the morning of. In a Reddit AMA, Richman shared that when tackling spicy food challenges, he would prepare his stomach by eating bananas, plain white rice, and sometimes taking Pepto-Bismol.
My face is on fire, the back of my tongue is on fire. Wowza.
Many viewers have often questioned how the hosts of Man vs. Food manage to stay healthy despite consuming massive amounts of food. The reality is, it's incredibly challenging. After leaving the show, Richman opened up about struggling with his body image during his time on Man vs. Food. Interestingly, it wasn't the eating challenges themselves that caused the biggest issues, but rather the constant availability of food while filming in restaurants throughout the day. The eating challenges brought their own difficulties. Richman explained to 411 Mania that he followed a lengthy recovery plan after each challenge. For example, he avoided beverages that could irritate his stomach for several days afterward. He also told the Las Vegas Review-Journal that exercising on a treadmill was an essential part of his recovery process. Even though Adam Richman took on numerous eating challenges on Man vs. Food, he doesn't view himself as a competitive eater. In an interview with Mashed, he admitted that a lack of confidence in his skills meant he had to lean on fan support and his own determination to push through tough challenges. He also mentioned to Total Food that because eating is a universal human activity, it's easier for a novice to mimic the abilities of a pro eater than, say, for a casual basketball player to perform like Michael Jordan. Still, when compared to elite competitive eaters like Joey Chestnut, Richman firmly considered himself an amateur, stating, "I was never a competitive eater." Arguably the most vocal critic of Man vs. Food was the late celebrity chef Anthony Bourdain. During a 2015 live event in Atlanta, Bourdain described the show as a stark portrayal of American overindulgence. He also took a jab at the audience, implying many fans tuned in simply to watch Richman struggle and fail. Why did we watch that show? Admit it, you wanted him to die. Despite this, Richman told MASH that he saw Bourdain as a mentor off camera. Although he was initially hurt by Bourdain's public criticism of Man vs. Food, Richman later shared that Bourdain apologized and offered him valuable career guidance, even while facing his own struggles.
He went through a lot, and he was a stoic, amazing dude.
One of the most notorious moments in Man vs. Food history takes place in Season 1, Episode 10, when Richman attempts to eat 180 oysters at the famous Acme Oyster House in New Orleans. Although he completed the challenge, he later told the Mirror that the experience turned him off oysters permanently. Interestingly, there's hardly any footage showing him eating the last 60 oysters, and there's a good reason for that. In a Reddit Q&A, Richman shared that after consuming around 120 oysters, he started singing a line from Foreigner's 1984 hit, "I Want to Know What Love Is." This prompted a nearby extra to join him in singing the next verse. The director quickly told them to stop because without purchasing a costly license, they couldn't legally broadcast copyrighted music. Instead of obeying, Richman led even more of the restaurant in a sing-along. He explained, "Keeping my mind off of the challenge was oftentimes the only way I would win them, so I didn't want to stop singing." Curious about what it's like to be one of the random background extras on a Man vs. Food episode? According to a Reddit user who took part in filming, it wasn't exactly enjoyable. They described the restaurant as being uncomfortably hot and said it was tiring to keep clapping and smiling constantly at the producer's insistence. On top of that, Producers even gave them scripted lines to recite.
Man, he's got the gift. He's gonna take this burger down.
That said, the extra did mention one bright spot. Richman was a really nice, bubbly person. Beyond that, though, much of what happened felt like typical Hollywood production tricks. Thanks to his dedication to thorough preparation before and after each food challenge, Richman managed to get through most of Man vs. Food without major issues. However, one challenge didn't go as planned. Season 2, Episode 7's Fire in Your Hole challenge at the Munchies 420 Cafe in Sarasota, Florida. A hot mic captured the kitchen staff admitting they had dumped an entire bottle of ghost pepper chili extract into the wings instead of just a small amount, deliberately trying to make sure Richman failed. The wings were so insanely spicy that Richman's tongue and nasal passages swelled up, forcing him to stop the challenge early. He later expressed frustration that the show's director didn't step in to stop the sabotage for safety reasons, a grievance he still holds today. Richman told Hot Ones host Sean Evans, "The reason why I'm especially mad is not because of my record. I don't give a about that. It's that it's cavalier and dangerous. They weaponize ghost chili extract in police grenades in India."
Today in Sarasota, Florida, at Munchies 420, in the battle of man versus food, food definitely won.
Adam Richman stepped away from Man vs. Food in 2012. When the show came back in 2017, Webb took over as the new everyman host. But Webb wasn't exactly a stranger. In TV circles, he's one of those that guy actors, someone you've likely seen before without knowing his name. One of Webb's early notable roles, though very brief and unnamed, was in the HBO drama Boardwalk Empire. The year after, he made his debut on Amy Schumer's sketch show Inside Amy Schumer. And in an interview with Cleveland's WKYC, Webb mentioned that Schumer is a close friend. Webb's longest-running role was on the YouTube channel Smosh's web series Part-Timers, where he appeared in 20 episodes. Even after becoming the face of Man vs. Food, Webb continued acting, though less frequently. His credits after 2017 include multiple appearances on Inside Amy Schumer and a role in Schumer's more serious series, Life and Beth. When the Travel Channel announced it was bringing back Man vs. Food, many fans voiced their disappointment online about the show continuing without Richman. Their criticism wasn't so much about Webb personally, but rather the feeling that Richman was an essential part of what made the show work, something that couldn't simply be swapped out. Richman seemed to share that view. When a follower expressed dissatisfaction with Webb stepping in on his Instagram, Richman replied, "Replacement? LOL. Nah, just someone driving a stolen car." In 2022, a Reddit thread on the Man vs. Food subreddit asked fans which host they preferred, and Adam Richman received an overwhelming majority of votes. Still, it's clear that most viewers have warmed up to Webb, who has actually appeared in more seasons and episodes than Richman. Ironically, Webb revealed to Dan Patrick that when he first auditioned, he didn't even realize it was for Man vs. Food.
I knew it was a host show. I knew that there would be some component of eating to it. They told me it wasn't Man vs. Food because that show had been off the air for 5 years.
How much Richman struggled with Man vs. Food isn't entirely clear. On one side, he admitted that the weight he put on during the show negatively affected his mental health. Yet, he also publicly denied that health concerns were the reason he stepped away from competitive eating. Webb, on the other hand, has been more upfront about his difficulties. In a podcast interview on Food Network Obsessed, he shared that preparing for the challenges was demanding, and the challenges themselves were so grueling that he nearly quit after his first season. In the end, he chose to stick with it, partly because he valued how the show helped promote local, independently owned restaurants. Given the many seasons of intense eating that followed, it's clear Webb grew quite used to competitive eating, whether it was something he enjoyed or not.